Hello, greetings. This is Interstellar Radio. It's May 17th, 2020. We have retro online greetings.
Greetings.
All right. We have subjects. Where would you like to begin?
Yes, moment. Yes, I'm hearing. Although there's always been changing timelines, and there's also some different possibilities and timelines, I am feeling 2024 is going to be a major event as far as our alien event, alien sword. As far as our awareness of aliens collective. I've seen this year shifting up and down with the benchmark Thor, but I'm feeling it's getting closer than I thought beforehand. So I'm feeling that yes, so we are on a greater track to our alien awareness, alien awakening.
Oh, you think it's when was?
2024 is what I'm feeling now. That's what I'm
Wow,
getting.
that's different.
Yeah. Uh, that'll be the beginning. They're not going into detail of it quite
Yeah.
yet. But that'll be when it starts. Um, it may be still. Again, I'm feeling like uh, it's starting in 2024, that you may not see it in the public eye until 2025. I'm getting that there's potentially going to be a lot of resistance and a lot of basically the equivalent of paperwork uh, to get things into the public eye. As I see it, though, 2023 itself is when you're going to see a lot more citing become common knowledge. A lot of your leaked documents will become more common knowledge. As I see it, yes, it'll be around 2023 is when the collective will start not necessarily inviting it in more, but accepting that it is potential. It'll not as a surprise when it happens, I should say. It'll become more accepted when it does happen. That's 2023.
Hmm.
Again, you'll have more common knowledge of the leaked documents and.
What about this year? Do you think it's anything this year?
One moment. I do not see too much happening this year.
Mm-hmm.
For one, it's already saturated. There's people are focusing inwards, focusing on the economy or on the virus itself or on the election. So the market for attention is already saturated at this point. Uh, but within the next 2 years, then you'll start seeing more of the change. More marketing, more of the commercialization,
Yeah.
acceptance. Unless you movies featuring aliens. You're already starting to see advertisements featuring aliens right now.
Yeah.
It is just kind of breaking down some of that theory and thinking in more they explain familiarity.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it'll be again it's going to be slow this year, but it's going to be take out as it, sorry, it's going to take out over the next 2 years. So I'd say anywhere from 2022 to 2025 will be
Hmm.
a year to look out for as far as awareness of the aliens.
What about the Space Force and stuff like that? There's going to be little hints thing here and there, like SpaceX and before then. Maybe not too major.
No, I do not. Not the traditional space sources, at least not the traditional American space sources. Your NASA's, your SpaceX's.
Yeah.
I do not see them particularly much in that regard. See the military, at least through our military.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Watching what our military does, watching what other nations' military does, getting the information. Um, it'll be through your government organization, not as much as your NASA, but your Space Force and um, Air Force, Navy, etc. The Pentagon is one way. I feel like NASA will try to be kind of sticking the nut of this issue because they have ulterior goal. They have their own goals at this moment.
Hmm. Or it seems like there'll be like little hints here and there of alien, vibrations or some kind of disclosure, but nothing too heavy. So we'll have to see.
Nothing too heavy, no.
Well, I just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
They're not always going to advertise what they're going to do, so something's got to give to at least get some kind of indication, something.
Yes.
Might be just knowledge of like the Pentagon disclosure. It might be just just little stuff here and there.
You may see it eventually within the fringe part of our politics, but you will not see it. It won't be trending on social media for a while still, but it will be out there. It'll be known. Just that it won't be. It's not quite ready to be taken seriously yet. At least not by the majority. It's not like it doesn't have the same attention that Pizzagate would have.
Yeah.
Just an example. It'll come eventually. You'll have more knowledge. Again, it just takes time. There's no really market the attention of it quite yet. People are living their own lives at the moment. They especially like I said, with the COVID, and then you had the election and the economy right now. And you'll still have issues going forward the next 2 years, but it'll tend to open up a bit more later. It's just a very light approach.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
As far as COVID update,
Mexican Corona. Yeah.
oh yeah, Mexican Corona, that's right. A Mexican beer. The Mexican beer like was the Mexican beer like
Update.
yeah. Mexican beer update, sure. One moment.
That's great.
Sorry. Yeah, they're showing me like warm cans of beer opening up, so it's like they're making a joke too. So um, I see it hitting the south more so in the next few months. I'm seeing like southern inner city,
Hmm.
Texas.
Yeah, Texas for sure. Jeez. Ever since they.
Actually, generally speaking, across the Mexican border.
Mm,
Not so much in California, but Texas, New Mexico,
yeah, because
um,
Texas opened up. And,
even like Oklahoma, Arkansas. They're going to have the they're going to have more shortages coming through. Is what I'm seeing too. Uh,
shortages of what?
uh,
Or just food and
food,
yeah,
toilet paper. People are still buying TP.
yeah, yeah,
I guess the Mexican beer gives you diarrhea. I don't know.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
so
yeah. Texas numbers skyrocketed once they opened up.
yeah. Um, Again, it's just there's this attitude that something's got to give, and I'm like, no, you're crazy. You have to keep things. People have to live.
Yeah,
Uh, that's why it's very dangerous when you have these people who think it's a fake virus. It's
yep, yeah,
That's what it seems like to me is actually the idea that the virus is somehow fake. Uh, Tend to be more. I get more the a vibe that idea is planted. It's not the idea is sold. It's not a genuine belief. The people who are telling you that virus is fake themselves are not actually sure of it.
hmm, hmm,
They're trying to sell you some lies as well with the vibe I'm getting.
yeah,
Again, it's like it comes down to. See, that's the thing about a lot of conspiracy theories nowadays. That they actually are, red herrings out there. You have to be careful of.
yep,
Um, that are put out there for a reason. Uh, but the coronavirus is serious stuff, but
yep,
thinking that it's some sort of plot to, I don't know, uh, destroy our economy. That's out there as a red herring. Uh, so that people do get sick and die. You said yourself that you'd known people who had gotten sick, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
hmm,
Fortunately for me, I have not met anyone in my area that has gotten sick. But I know my state is going to be handling, even though there are people out there protesting, which is yikes. But
yeah. Seriously. Well, yeah, my state we're technically still shut down except for the beaches
so
and
is mine.
we're like 25%. I think they're gonna open up a little bit more Monday, but it's
Yeah,
still pretty much shut down
yeah.
for the most part. They're opening up spas and stuff like that. I think
Mhm.
Monday. A little
So
bit.
I do see particularly Texas in the states around Texas are going to be hit
Yeah,
somewhat harder in this summer.
it's all about money. Yeah, they
Yeah,
survival. Some of it's greed. It's a little bit of everything. Yeah.
I'm also getting like a minor drought in Texas possibly.
Hmm, hmm.
Um, Although it's going to be the Texas itself is going to get from what it looks like, it's going to be hit by double whammy with like
Oh,
the virus, but also potentially a minor drought.
I get. Well, I'll tell you. I was gonna make a video about this. I forgot. I feel like this thing is gonna be around for like 10 years. It's like, I mean, it'll die down, but the effects of it.
the
Still,
consciousness of it will still be with us for a while,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Even though there might not be an actual disease going around as much.
Yeah, exactly. Like 2008, it took them a long time for that to,
Oh yeah,
like 10 years for us to, and the
yeah,
effects are still there. This is
yeah.
worse. So,
Exactly, exactly. Um, again, I see the economy will be the economy. I'm getting a mixed bag. I do see that most of the country is going to slightly improve.
mhm.
It's not going to be fixed entirely. You're still going to have issues, but it's going to be slightly improved over the summer. Um, I see New England improving,
Mhm.
but also like the northern states, Washington, Oregon. You might see some improvements there, but the area I see hit the hardest in the next uh, few months is going to be more like Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas.
Yeah. So, like Texas is almost like a war on the people in some ways.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Like,
Mhm.
it's like the unseen war is now being unleashed on you, and people don't realize it.
Exactly. I mean, this, like I said, the red herring conspiracy theory is meant to
Yeah.
basically drive people to their own destruction. That's why you had people lining up in Michigan to protest outside of their cars with no masks.
Yeah.
Um, just an example. So
Yeah. That's the point of the agenda.
exactly,
It's just
to cause as much fear and chaos as possible.
yep. What about?
And
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, that's the whole game. Like the less you know that the agenda's actual position, the more control they have.
Yeah.
And anyone can be paid to say anything.
Well, what about the economy? Like businesses going under major companies. I don't know if you see anything yet. It might be a while for that.
Uh, I see the rich getting richer still.
Yeah.
The rich are always underway.
Hmm.
Some companies will find a to profit off of this, no doubt. As far as again, I do see it's going to be moderately discomforting uh, for most businesses for the next few months, but yeah, it's going to be tight, but it's sustainable
Hmm.
for most businesses. But of course, the
Hmm.
richest of the rich are going to find a way to make profits, uh, as they, as they will do.
Well, like the movie theaters might shift to a different business model. Um,
Movie theaters will have a difficult time.
yeah, theme parks are screwed basically.
Actually, I'm feeling like July for movie theaters is going to be a really hard month.
Yeah, I mean, look at sports. I mean, look at the arenas. How is that gonna work?
Oh yeah, sports I'm seeing like 20% or less uh, attendance.
Yeah,
Or,
two people per row.
yeah, or see like splotches of people
Yeah,
in a mostly empty area, mostly empty stadium.
yeah,
Again,
yeah. It's just anyway.
energy I'm getting is like a drought energy.
Okay.
Even if it's humid, it's like there's like a drought energy there.
Yeah.
Like there's no Dead. Sorry. Yes, should we move on?
Yeah, we go to
Yeah.
MJ12.
Yeah, one moment. Majestic 12, right?
Yeah, Majestic 12.
Majestic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, one moment. Did you have any questions about them?
Anything you can pick up on? Whatever you got.
The energy that fills them down is that they are somehow being put on hold. I do not feel them. I actually feel them kind of leading the planet in a way, or being preparing to lead the planet.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like they are kind of unsure of, where they belong here.
Mm-hmm.
So there is the potential that they will not be here for very long. But
Hmm.
it's hard to really say at this point. The energy that they're definitely here for a while. That's their own, energy they're putting out there. That what I'm seeing as far as like timelines itself is kind of hard to say.
Hmm.
Um, I see them hiding out in the Caribbean.
Yeah, I can see that.
Um, doing Dominican Republic kind of area potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one of the more moderate-sized islands to the east of Cuba is what I'm feeling. South of Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
it feels like Dominican Republic or Haiti. Probably Dominican Republic, but um, one
Hmm.
mostly hearing San Juan is a name I'm hearing too. There's one. I don't know if there's a city in there called San Juan or somewhere in the Caribbean, but I'm sorry. Just trying to focus on the relation. It's a little bit hard to pick up right now. Again,
Well,
it feels like the. Yeah, go ahead.
in Puerto Rico, San Juan.
Yeah, Puerto Rico
But
does look potential. It feels like it's slightly off, but yeah, I'm hearing San Juan.
we just leave it with San Juan and look around.
Yeah, that's where I feel right now as San Juan. Um,
Definitely a
but,
hideout
okay.
here. It's a hideout.
Yeah, definitely.
Nobody's going to notice anything there.
Yeah, it still feels like a half tower. Like they're still kind of like I see them like sunbathing, kind of.
Yeah, that in the Bahamas. I mean, as long as you stay low key, nobody's going to notice anything.
Yeah, they're pretty low key right now. They're kind of not quite sure what's going on.
Yeah, as long as you're not flying around a helicopter or anything, getting on a yacht, you should be fine.
Yeah, hmm they're pretty low key right now.
Um, yeah, yeah. Anyway, what about the members? Is there supposed to be like 12 people, but you think there's more? That's why it's called MJ12.
There are underlings, of course. There are some
Yeah.
people. I do see like one sort of like organizer person, or one like kind of the person who organizes for them.
Mm-hmm.
He's still operating. Um, it looks like he's still operating in the bases right now. But it's kind of the skeleton crew down there. What I feel. that there is one person that's kind of like behind this MJ12. That's kind of like making sure the technology works right. The engineer. But yes, there is mostly just the 12, of course.
What
Some are
about
more involved than others.
Dick Cheney? Do you feel like he has some connections with them somehow?
Let me look it up. It feels like I'm hearing the word brother. Not that he has a brother in there, that he's a brother of it. But he is definitely connected. But he's kind of like a brother to some of them.
Okay, like a relative of it, yeah.
Like an
Like
adopted.
yeah.
I'm not doing like a blood brother, but more like
Hmm.
a close knit kind of energy. A
Yeah.
brotherly.
Yeah.
So he does kind of. Yeah, I do see him going there.
Yeah. It feels that way.
He knows what the bases are. Yeah.
Well, I felt like with him involved, he kind of hijacked a lot of their stuff, and he brought in a
Yeah.
different agenda.
Yeah, he did. Certainly.
Yeah, that they weren't looking for. They weren't looking for something like that. It's like,
Yeah, I do see that. Yeah, I see that going on. He kind of
yeah,
walks into the base like he owns the place.
correct. Yeah, yeah,
He kind of does. I feel like because he supports them, like the military supports him. The training is sort of he's he feels like he kind of like made it possible for them to exist. Uh,
yeah. It might. Yeah, there might be some kind of
yeah, so it's kind of like
family.
they owe him.
Yeah.
So
Jeez, yikes.
so it's kind of like a Faustian deal. It feels like that in some regards, at least.
Yeah, kind of like I own you, like what you said. Jeez.
It has something to do with the connection to the military.
Hmm.
But um,
What about MJ12 in the Navy? What do you feel?
one moment. I see the ended called as watching the Navy at the moment. I'm not getting anything about a connection, but they do have awareness of what's going on in the Navy. They do have awareness of the projects going on there, but they don't necessarily direct anything with the Navy. At least not that I can see.
Mm.
Um, it's one moment. I see something like I'm actually getting yes, they do have some sort of connection to the Navy, especially their space program with the Navy.
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
being
Hmm.
shown like a monkey in space, something like that. I don't know. Is this what I'm?
The early days. Maybe it's still now going on.
What's that?
Maybe it's still going on.
Maybe
Something.
I'm not sure where it's coming from, but I'm seeing like a monkey in space. Uh oh, they're trying to do tests in space. So I'm seeing. And the MJ12 is aware that if they're collecting the data, they're kind of organizing the data. Uh, Again, the energy I feel of the MJ12 is very redundant at this point. Um, the MJ12 just feels a lot more redundant than it used to be.
Hmm.
But that's what I'm getting. They do kind of assist in minor ways. But they feel like they're just kind of like ready to go in some extent.
Hmm.
Like they're not really needed here anymore.
Hmm.
Yeah. Any questions?
No, we can go to the next.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, if you want to, yeah, just real quick, if you want, whatever you get.
One moment.
I get an Arcturian feeling from him. A drunk Arcturian.
Yes, I do that as well. Exactly.
Yeah, just off kilter, lost himself.
I get the same validation from him that I get from what's the Daniel Scranton. They have a similar validation to me. I pick up the similar validation there.
Scranton, who is this?
What Daniel Scranton, the channeler,
Oh
the
yeah,
guy,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
guy, the guy who waves his hand in the air and kind of
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, I can see that. Yep.
Yeah, I thought there's a connection there. Um,
Flamboyant, kind of. Yeah. Yeah.
I actually thought that Daniel Scranton was kind of like a big brother or like a leader to handle to Hunter at one point, but
Yeah, Hunter just went off the deep end, as you can see.
yeah.
Like,
I also get some kind of like Zeta energy there, but he didn't really fit in
yeah.
as a Zeta.
Mm-mm.
He was kind of like a comedian, even as a Zeta. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can imagine some Zeta
Yep.
comedians, you know. Um,
I see big eyes. Yeah, you like the big eyes.
like the Tina of the plate of the Zetas.
Yep. Just like fart
Um,
jokes, whatever the hell it is. It comes up with. Chris Farley,
hmm
something similar to that. I see him doing drugs on the rug.
Yeah,
Keep seeing that. Jeez.
I think I'm kind of getting into like he would be kind of like he'd be in like the jackass culture if he was
Yeah,
around
yeah,
today. Um, definitely, you know, seasons up to that couture. I could see him actually working with Trump at the moment, um, or at some point I see him working with Trump. Maybe not right now, but early in this election.
mm-hmm.
Honestly, it seems like he wanted to moderate Trump in a sense. He wanted to do more of a moderating influence, but still like kind of like a guiding Trump in this campaign.
Yeah, he kind of wants to be back here physically. I can feel that.
Yeah, he's very much connected to this world still.
Do a media mockery, go after the media.
Mhm.
They'll probably crucify him though, but he can probably survive it.
Yeah.
Feel like he was like channeling 2 or 3 people at once. Different personalities were there.
Hmm.
So I feel.
Yeah, I do feel there's like a different. I do see like different sides to him. There is like again there is sort of like that a philosopher side to him, but there's you kind of walk between like the walk between like a philosopher and a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
He does try to push the boundaries quite a bit. Just for the sake of pushing boundaries, you know. Today he wants to die to like a troll. There is like a philosophical side to him.
Yep.
So a troll you can actually have a conversation with.
like a sloppy troll. You can have garbage everywhere and tell you something that'll change your life. Something like that.
Mm, yeah, I kind of see him maybe as like a Jordan Peterson type too, that a bit less contained, a bit less
hmm
formal.
hmm Yep.
Again, he would probably do well in the current times, of course.
Yeah. More accepted. But he was a pioneer of his time.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Any questions?
Yeah, just see him like living his life without the break. Just keep going. Just keep going until you crash. Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can go to the next
yeah. We can do that.
Iran.
So, Iran, yes.
Iran.
One moment. Oh. So I saw a documentary. I think it's an older one on Vice. About Iran. Well, I think I saw it, but I actually fell asleep to it. Um, so I wanted to pick up on energy in Iran right now. I see the purpose of Iran right now is to hold its own different vibration. It is, yes, even though Iran can be a bit frightening at times, I do not really see things changing there too much. I I, I do see more of the stalemate energy going on with the U.S. There is a it is much easier. It's much harder for the U.S. to stay closed. The mere existence of Iran itself is challenging. Um, it kind of keeps the world on its toes, so to speak. It's not as unreliable and dangerous as like North Korea, but it does kind of present a challenge. It is sort of a to provide a sense of tension, and that tension is a ton of that tension is needed in order for uh, society to change. So it keeps our government in tension. It keeps hold on. A lot of the information is closed off, of course. One moment. Yes, the purpose of Iran at this moment, it is only meant to hold a contrary relation. It is meant to create less of a polarized, less of a unipolar world. It is, although the energy of Iran itself is to some degree stagnant, and whether it's likely to change. I think in the next decade we're going to start seeing some changes. But I just see, at least the next 2 years, things will be fairly stagnant. But it is managing to survive and keep its way of being despite the challenges it's being thrown towards the country. And this is a necessary thing for our world to have this sort of um, this challenge to the hegemonies around the world. And because if you had one powerful group clustered, let's say in the U.S. government, they have a much easier time tamping down on information and slowing things down to the rest of the world if they aren't challenged. So it's not really a threat much to the world's safety. It is just more of a you could
balance.
say a threat to the ego. It's gains for the powerful, not for the regular person. It did not need to concern most people too much. But it's very hard for me to access like anything deeper than that. That's just what I'm getting. That you may see after 2025, you may see some positive changes. You may see some of the old energy break down. You may see a bit more of the freedom, but again, it just takes time. You know, it wasn't built this way in a night.
Mm-hmm.
So it just, you know, it takes time for things to scale down, for more of the secular freedom to come back. It's going to take quite a while. Again, because Iran is found its own niche in the world, and the existence of the niche is actually providing a service to the world in general. It's actually opening up the rest of this, and in a way, it's opening up the other governments, it's opening up to having to adapt to what the other person is doing.
It's almost like Iran is there to stop Israel and other countries from doing something illegal. You know, like, what are you guys doing over there? You know, not to say we're
you
perfect.
could say the same thing to China and Russia to some degree. Of course, you may see that the governments there are not the most well endowed with human rights, but that being said, it's just a matter of time. These things are holding their space because they are needed in some way to keep the world energy flowing. So it's not all culminated in one system of elites.
Mm-hmm.
The tension is there to keep things moving and flowing as it should be. Eventually, you will see less of the tension. You will see countries that are more open to each other, more secular governments, more humane governments. That'll be a necessity if people demand it, but for the time being, there are reasons for the existence of even a decent government like China, Russia, Iran.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say the U.S. is any better, but
yeah. Well, to go, China feels like it's like a world leader in a lot of ways. It does a lot of stuff.
yeah,
Influences the planet. You know, robots, manufacturing, viruses.
again, a lot of these places are their own world, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
China historically, it then they had their internal fixation, historically speaking.
Yeah. It's like a whole nother planet.
Yeah, Russia is also the
Yep.
USSR.
Yep.
They're
Yep.
used to their own systems functioning uh,
Yeah.
without outside interference. Uh, Iran, they're being sanctioned to death. Well, not to death, but
Yeah.
they're
Close
they're
enough.
still managing. Yeah, the sanctions they're not doing too much to them.
Yeah.
They're managing to survive despite other things that happen to them. So,
Mhm.
and that's more on part with the people of Iran rather than the government.
Yeah.
Uh, Again, this is all the game of the elites. It's nothing to do with the people involved. The people are just
Mhm.
people.
Yep. Yeah. It's all
Uh,
about the government systems. Yeah.
yeah, it's mostly irrelevant to most purposes.
All right. We'll wrap her
Uh,
up. Anything
yeah,
else?
what I want to say though is like after this age of having different hegemonies, I feel like the age of the idea of the hegemonist government is going to be coming to an end at some point in the next century. I feel like if people kind of start to realize, um, I just see more of an open world coming in the next century. One is one is less reliant on hegemonist governments. So you can see, uh, it's especially if you move away from your feudal societies and your mercantilism, and you move into more of a fair and just society, more the society that represents the people involved. I see a more open world in the century to come.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Let me see if there's anything
Sure.
message for you. I do see a lot of images from you from China. AI influenced technologies that were way advanced. As a Zeta being, I feel like you were in China as a Zeta being,
Hmm.
assisting with, planting the seed for technologies to be built there. Because that was the easiest place to plant technologies. Everybody else said no.
Yeah.
It's like that was the only one that said, "Sure, no problem. We'll take anything you got." Um, they're more, yeah, they're just a lot of it was more violent in a lot of other countries towards themselves. Uh,
Hmm.
so they needed something to relieve themselves, to heal themselves through technologies as they are today, basically.
Yeah.
I believe there's a lot of regimes trying to destroy China itself, obviously, Mao and whatever it was. You're very connected to the moon right now for your knowledge, because like when you're feeling drained, it's all moon connected. It's what the moon is absorbing from the Earth.
Hmm.
It's like your base. One of them. Yeah, moon, yeah. You know a lot of people on the moon. Let's put it that way.
Hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah, they're being affected a lot by what's happening.
Hmm.
Obviously, the stress people are going through. Just they're not even sure if they can handle it. Sometimes. Well, they can't do anything. They can't really get involved. They have to just watch it, and that's the hard part.
Yeah.
People lose their jobs and stuff like that, and you know, so yeah, it's like they're just watching the world. I see them on a command center on the moon watching the planet. So yeah,
Hmm.
they're not saying who it is though, but you maybe
Yeah.
find. So yeah,
I wanted to say what I heard. Kind of we talking about destroying China, or um,
hmm
you can't really destroy China without destroying other regimes as well.
yeah,
If you somehow got rid of China, you would also be getting rid of the United States.
yeah, seriously,
You'd be getting rid of Israel,
yeah,
Iran,
Mhm.
Russia,
Yeah.
Germany. So they're all going to go together. They're all interconnected. They're all dependent on each other. You can't really have one go without the rest of it going as well.
That's true. Yeah, it's just they're just open. They're just open to anything. It seems. Obviously, yeah, the government that's cutting off the West. I think they did the communist stuff just to keep everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
So
And the thing though, that's also one of the I think they tried to do is taking out Gaddafi, for example.
yeah,
That's one example. They created a vacuum there where other groups are trying to impose their own
yeah, yep,
ways on Libya.
yep,
So to destroy, if you got rid of China and you also got rid of the U.S. as well in Russia, you would have all these vacuums.
yeah. It's just that would be the end of
Um,
the world. That would be the end.
what's
Just
that?
want that would be the end of the world, basically.
Yeah,
Wouldn't be the same.
it
The
has
shadow.
it has to be a very gradual release. It's
Yeah.
again they don't want to go into detail, but it's like it's going to be noticeable within a century.
Hmm.
You're going to see ideas like hegemony disappearing. You're going to see more of the people will start to relate more with people of other countries rather
Hmm.
than their own leaders.
Well, it's kind of like North Korea, sort of. It hasn't really made any progress, but
No.
it's kind of like North Korea if it made progress.
Yeah.
Connected to the media, opening itself up.
Hmm.
And that doesn't happen fast, obviously. I think it will eventually.
And then again, look at the closed systems as far as your internet as well.
Yeah.
That's one way of holding on to your hegemony.
Seriously. Yeah.
If you have these closed systems of internet, these closed systems of communication, closed systems of media,
Yeah.
you're not going to allow your people to empathize with anyone but your leaders.
Yeah.
Um, so the more people are, open uh, to the rest of the world, the more externalized and more globalized we become, the less relevant any government will have, the less relevant any government can be. Um, it'll eventually become like an anarchic system.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's all I can see.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you.
Take care.
All right. Blessings. All right. Thank you. All right. Take care, everyone.